Yo, crypto nation and mining family, what's going on? What up, what up, what up? All you happy hashers out there, how have you all been? Hope you had a wonderful weekend. I know I missed a video yesterday. I had some things going on, life kind of got in the way a little bit. So I wasn't able to do any videos. And tomorrow I'll be definitely getting back at working out 100%. So I will be, I'm not sure what time yet. I'm going to try to make it early. Try to shoot for like that 8:30 range. Otherwise, yeah, my day gets pretty busy after that. I got a lot of stuff to do. So this morning I would have had a video going on, but got a new camera, new 4K camera. Yo. Even comes with this, fancy little hood and everything. So amazing. So playing with that, figuring out how this all integrates in, figuring out the software that I need for this, and also finding out after the fact, of course, that my editing software, because I got the free variation of DaVinci Resolve, that it does not support 4K video, but it's all good. It's all good. As long as I've got this, though, I'll be able to start doing my workouts again with a much better quality camera, guys. Yo, what's up, big room? So I will be getting this going. So I will be back to working out again because I've got a nice camera to do so once again. And so what is going on? I see Nick sliding up in here. We got Fudweiser. What up? We got Rude. We got Automatic Boots. Now it's a party. Yo, we got the music in the house. Boots and cats, right? So, yep, that's kind of catching you guys up in a nutshell of what's been going on. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into today. What up, Trillion? What up? What up? I'm just going to call you TC. What's going on, TC? We got that Trading View. It's a free tool. If you guys have never checked this out, oh wow, my little camera here. There we go. This is a free tool. I'm even on the free variation also, so don't think that I'm getting any information different than you could potentially grab. So that being free, I have no problem with it. It just means that I can't have private charts. I'm cool with that. I am totally cool with that because I've got somebody that let me check out their charts and works very nice too. We'll get into it. S&P 500 kind of trading out sideways still. NASDAQ 100 flatlining. Dollar index is up just a little bit. Dow Jones Industrial Average down a full point. The Russell 2000 almost a 1.5. So they're taking a bit of a haircut. So it happens. Stock market, Apple's trading sideways. I mean, literally, they're not gaining or losing. AMD is up a little over 4%, almost 420. Hold on here.
Smoke weed every day.
419, got a minute. Amazon up 1.98. Tesla having a flatlining day. Netflix has continued to roll down. And Meta is trading out sideways. It's all good. Crypto in general, the market cap down about a little over a half a point. So not really. It's trading sideways. Will we see below $1 trillion Bitcoin again? Not sure. Time will see on that one. Bitcoin trading out, going down still. Ethereum kind of having a little bit of an upswing. which that's surprising in itself since they actually stopped validating blocks, not once, but twice. So obviously, proof of stake has an issue. But, you know, the miners didn't know that this was going to be a problem. Just saying. Oh. So Ethereum's doing okay, but the overall Ethereum dominance is dropping, which awesome. I am glad to see that Ethereum is pooping on itself. We'll just put it nice and calmly like that. Now, I've been telling people since they went to proof of stake to get your money out or get out of Ethereum and put it into something that actually holds real value. I mean, not financial advice, but we're going to see the ramifications of what's been going on with them. Bitcoin dominance kind of flatlining. Tether dominance up a half a point. Usually in times of trading or uncertainty, Tether dominancy goes up a little bit. So we will see how that rolls. And look at that. I know I draw straight lines, and it looks like Bitcoin respected the line. I'm just saying. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it pretty much, it really did. If you look at how Bitcoin did it, it came down. I said it could oscillate a little below, but I don't think we will stay there. Trading out for the next, 5 days. And we are now back at that $27,000 marker. Like I said, where I thought the potential floor would be. Now, we are also seeing the 200 moving day average kind of flatlining out a little bit, and the moving averages kind of tightening. This is usually a good sign. Just yesterday, the DCA oscillator here actually printed a signal for a buy signal, guys. So if you would have in the last between 2 to 4 days ago, right? If you would have purchased while it was swinging down, you'd actually be sitting pretty good as an arbitrage if you were trading it out like that. This is also a sign that as this moving average kind of tightens up, guys, it usually pops to the upside. It usually will swing down, and then we ricochet back up. Now, are we going to have that movement that everybody's really wanting to see? Hard to say. I'm not going to sit there and say we're gonna crack over $30,000 per Bitcoin in this next little oscillation. I wish the oscillation would slow down a little bit and kind of flatline, because then you get a little bit of market stability. You have a little bit of market confidence, and when you have stability and confidence together, price doesn't necessarily shoot up, but the price tends to slowly kick up a little bit. So with the hard volatility on here, you know there's people sitting there shorting and longing here and playing the arbitrage, which is causing the volatility to be a little bit more violent. It is what it is, right? I mean, for us OGs, we have seen this before. I just wish that the market players would slow down with what they're doing. I mean, it's not like they're taking institutional money. They are taking plebs money that are not so used to market volatility like this. It could have. I mean, I know what you're talking about there, TC. But I think we will see, with the way that the market is setting up right now, I think we'll see a little small rally before a potential crash. And if the market, if the traditional market crashes out with it, that will be almost like the beginning of the pandemic when everything shut down and the whole market yanked down. I could see that being a potential, but I don't see it happening in the short term. So, and I would say that my play would be more in the week to 2 weeks. Oh yeah. I'm waiting, and I see what you're saying there too, and I do agree with the information. I believe that with the way that the market, I mean, like I said, it'll be next week to 2 weeks. I think in order for me to be a little bit more bearish, I would need to see not so much one of the bigger banks collapse, but seeing a couple of more banks collapsing, and then I know the market is about to go south and south fast. So I think we both agree, TC, on the direction of the overall market. As much as I really don't want to see it, yeah, I mean it's gonna be brutal, people. It will be brutal. We will see how much of this market we're gonna be really seeing. How can I put this? It's like I think we're going to see more bloodshed in the market, even though we don't want to say that. But overall, if we sit there and if everybody just zooms out just a little bit here, right? I get to draw out one of my lines a little bit further, fellas. So give me a moment here. I'm going to make a small movement change here. I got to drag out one of my indicators so that the timeline's a little longer. Bam. There we go. It's easier for me to just do it like this. All right, bam. So, people don't realize that I am still looking at, let's say, end of the month. I would say potentially being around a 22.5 per Bitcoin by the end of the month. So, I mean, that's pretty much. Let me. Right? Yeah. So. So that's kind of where my thought pattern is. Yep, TC, that is true. 100% true. The only people that would be able to mine would be the home miner. And mostly because, most people who are mining at home aren't selling the crypto they mine in order to pay the bills. They usually got a job, and their job pays the bills. Anybody who's living off of the Bitcoin, they are going to be shutting the mining rigs off just temporarily until price returns. That's just so that they can save any kind of money. So, it's like there's no point on, if your electric bill is $20,000 and you're pulling in $15,000. No, you're going to shut your stuff down to a low enough of a level to where you're going to be looking at you're not mining at in any fashion, but you're, well, how can I put it? If you are at scale, you're going to tend to mine the bare minimum to fulfill your contract. Blah, words. For anybody else, you could do it right out of pocket. If you're not doing it out of pocket, you're going to be shutting down temporarily also. So, oh yeah, TC. It's all about making sure you got the capabilities to service everybody and have it and not be bankrupting yourself in the process. Yeah. 100%. 100%. Like Budweiser, small home miner with a little on noise. Great. Another IRS letter. Oh, good God. That sucks. I'm just saying, I just got done dealing with that garbage. It's like, oh my Lord. 20 GPUs and 10 Ryzen CPU rigs, 90% off. Yep, I've been slowly turning off stuff. 1070s are off. My 580s are off. My 1080 Ti's are off. My 1660 Ti is off. My A2000s are probably on the verge of being off. What up, droid guy? Yo. Bitcoin mining, rolling strong. Just saying. But there'll be a point where I might not even be able to afford to keep the Bitcoin miners on. So, yeah. But definitely, guys, don't forget to smash that Lizzie like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff, guys. Yo. And some other good news. I mean, outside of all the bad news, you know, the market, you know, looking like it's going to be dumping here and dumping bad. It's like I was mining for the BTUs in the wintertime. Facts. So, going along with some stuff here, we have some good news. AMD to be launching the 7600 RX card soon. So we are going to be looking at the first 8 gigabyte GDDR6 memory that's going to be for under $400. So $336.76 USD, which would put it right in line with the 6600 that was released last generation. So they have now released a GPU for the same price as last generation. They did not raise their price. I can actually sit there and say, to me, that's a positive thing to see a GPU manufacturers, and they didn't raise their rates. Unlike NVIDIA, you know, they're going to charge you more, and they're really not giving you a whole lot more. They're a little bit different shading, rendering on the shading there. Mining wise, they don't care about. Okay, fine, I get it. They're marketing to server farms and gamers. Okay, cool. And same thing with AMD. You know, that's where their main focus is for their net business. And I get it. But whenever you're sitting there and you're going, you know what? I'm going to give you a little bit better. So we can see here, the 7600, we're going to get 32 GPU clusters versus 28 on the last generation. Our FP32 cores will get 2048, and the last generation we had 1792. I like that. We're still getting the same memory, so 8 gigabytes of GDDR6 at 128-bit bus. Bandwidth and board power, they'll let us know on that one. It'll be either a single 8-pin. It'll probably be a single 8-pin still, guys. It's a 600 class GPU. They don't typically suck down the power, so maybe we might see maybe 160 watts on that. Maybe I would say probably like 150-ish. Bandwidth on there, we'll probably see, I would say probably 256 gigabytes per second would be around my guess, which for a memory dependent algorithm or a memory intensive game, that'll be very positive. You'll have faster transfer speeds. I love that stuff. You know, we want to have faster transfer speeds, and we're going to want to have big tunnels basically to transmit all that data. The bigger the tunnel, not necessarily the faster, but it'll make it to where you can more effectively use the memory, even if it's not faster than, let's say, 15 gigabytes per second, right? But it'll be 15 gigabytes per second with a bigger tunnel to drive all the information through. Love it. That makes it very efficient for mining, and will also make it efficient for certain workloads. But what I'm most excited over is the fact that we are looking at a $336 GPU. Hold on here.
That was legitness.
Yeah, it was, huh?
Right? Give you a half a yay. Not going to give you the whole yay, MSI, until I can sit there and see the actual performance gains on this. Not just for gaming, but also mining, yo. That's like 10K Canadian. That's on a good day, man. You must be getting it on a Tuesday, right? Because on a Monday, it'd be like 11K Canadian. Why? Because F them, that's why. BTU winter mining for the win. Facts, guys. I mean, I got a 4-bedroom ranch house that was completely heated by mining. Yes, sirree. Having my mining rigs at the facility kind of made my house a little cooler this last winter. So I didn't get as much heat in the back of the house. My living room and a kitchen felt amazing, but the back of the house, a little on the colder side. Oh man, they're just trying to tax you into the poorhouse, you know. Yes, Budweiser. Yes, Budweiser, 100%. No, I'm not a South Park fan. Shh. But talking about, you know, other GPUs and stuff, I found this kind of interesting a little bit. So AMD selling more cards which are less expensive than NVIDIA's. Gamers in Germany are willing to pay $200 more for a GeForce than a Radeon. and to see the chart on this thing, it was like, what? Third week. AMD has 42.3% market share. Intel had a 0.5% market share, and NVIDIA still had 57.2%. Which we were looking at pricing on that. AMD being $656, NVIDIA being $807. Well, not dollars. Sorry, euro. My bad. 656 euro, 870 euro, and Intel averaging about 270 euro. That's actually kind of wild to sit there and think that they're willing to pay more for an NVIDIA and really not get that more worth of performance out of there. And to me, if AMD is selling more GPUs than realistically than NVIDIA is as a whole in all of Europe, right? If you're talking about almost half and half as an AMD and NVIDIA, it shows that almost half of the market is not willing to pay the extra 200 euro for an NVIDIA. You're pretty much looking at those people who just know and understand the NVIDIA lineup, and that's just what they're going to use. People who understand that NVIDIA is going to work more readily with the things that they're doing. And then you got the other percentage, which are fanboys. You still have AMD fanboys. I'm a AMD CPU fanboy. I get it. I love AMD CPUs. AMD GPUs have been lackluster in my opinion. But in this last couple of generations, they have really kind of stepped up their architecture and their drivers and everything to run it, and getting more support from the gaming community also helps out too. On top of that, they are a very efficient mining card. They don't take a whole lot of power, and you get more overclocking control with your AMD versus NVIDIA. With that being said, NVIDIA is like the Lamborghini of graphics cards, where AMD is the pickup truck. They both get the job done, but AMD will do it with a workload. Mem bandwidth has suffered. Oh yeah. And I'm not really happy with the NVIDIA's 4000 series with the way that they are implementing the restrictions on the GPU, that they are really holding those cards back. I'm not really agreeing with that. It's like for the amount of money that they want to upcharge, all they're saying is that was worth more on the card was the AI and the DLSS 3 version 3 on there that makes the card so much better. Even though that the GPU itself with that function off is less than the last is less performance than the last generation. That much I don't agree with, because at that point I know damn well that they are holding that card back on purpose, because they know that the DLSS is so much of a good upkick on that card that they didn't want to have that card actually jump that high up in performance. Why? Because when they come out with the 5000 series, you might not want to get a new card. The way I look at it, it looks like some greedy, shady practices. That's just my opinion on it. Let me know in the comments, if you agree with that one, guys. I'm just saying, that's just my hot take on it. It just seems like some slimy business practices from NVIDIA to not let the card hit its true potential. Radeon 7 was the best. I'm never really got into the Radeon 7 series with the HBM2 memory modules on there. I watched a lot of people have issues with it. That's where AMD is good for throwing code 43s is on their Vega lineup because of the HBM memory in there that gets really hot and kills itself if it's just suddenly shut down after being underneath a workload for a while. And for the issue with the Ryzen 7000 series with the X3D chips exploding and taking out the motherboard, AMD, ASUS warranty to cover AMD Expo and Intel XMP memory overclocking. So there's a new BIOS that's out from them. If you guys have their new motherboard, it is not up to date with this. You will need to update this if you're going to be using the 7000 series. Period. I would not be running it without this BIOS update on there. The reason being is that it cranks up the SoC voltage, allows the voltage to run away on there. Until it basically sets the chip on fire, cracks the die, and pops the board. It does it quite spectacularly. If you have not been looking at it, it is all over the internet. And it seems to be isolated to using ASUS. ASUS seem to not have the SoC voltages set properly. And it allowed temperature runaway because it would just keep on injecting even if it said no. And to make matters worse, the company reacted quickly, probably too quickly, by sharing pre-release BIOSes that were not meant for public use, possibly not safe for users to use. The motherboards could still operate within unsafe voltages levels, which could lead to more CPU fail. The company was called out by Gamers Nexus, who made a dedicated video on the subject. The company failed to respond to GN's messages for over a week straight, which was enough for Gamers Nexus editor-in-chief to cover the topic in detail. The backlash worked, and ASUS now has a statement that confirms the warranty would cover both beta and validated BIOSes, as well as memory overclocking starting from now. The changes would also affect Intel XMP overclocking, which is also significant. Previously, using XMP or Expo profiles was treated as overclocking, which meant that the warranty is void should something go wrong. Hopefully, other board partners will follow suit. Because this basically allow the XMP and the Expo profiles basically allow for your RAM to be overclocked, and you're not necessarily overclocking the CPU itself. You're overclocking the RAM to get it more in alignment to peak performance for your CPU, and it's not letting you do that. And now moving forward with at least with ASUS, they are going to be honoring the warranty regardless if you're overclocking the RAM or not. They will be now covering overclocking because the board itself should have current limit protectors on there to not let them get to unsafe levels, period. I mean, you shouldn't be able to sit there and overclock the voltages and get so much heat through the board itself that the board fails before the chip does. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that could be just my little rant. That's just how I look at it. Yeah, Jay's 2 cents is giving up on ASUS too. And I feel bad. I have an ASUS motherboard in my PC right now. I've got the Threadripper X399E gaming board for the Threadripper lineup. But I already knew that overclocking would void warranty, so I was perfectly okay with what I was about to do to it. But I've never seen it where a board would kill itself just running. I mean, there was people that were having their X3D chips die sitting in idle not even overclocked in any fashion, stock. You just put the chip in, turn it on, and it does. So it wasn't just the overclocking the RAM, although overclocking the RAM, it exponentially made it faster of a failure. It like failed 10 times faster. What up, Xavier? Yo! Don't forget to smash that Lizzie like button, bro. What's going on? What's going on? Good to see you, my dude. Good to see you. Hope y'all are having a great day. You know, it's all about having that good time. And last little bit of thing before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, guys. So if you guys are into mini forms, the minis form, small form factor PCs, bro, that thing is sitting next to a trackpad on a laptop. That's how tiny that thing is. For such a small little thing, packs a lot of power in there. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say that this thing is like, you know, you're going to be able to do these amazing workloads and gaming and stuff like that. Simple gaming, nothing extravagant, Minecraft style gaming, Sims, that kind of thing. But it is if you needed like a little portable computer that you can, bring to a client's house, have a little portable screen that you can bring with you, that you just go to a client's house, plug in, and you have everything that you need at the touch of your fingertips. This is actually kind of cool. I have to say, I like small form factor, and I cannot lie. But something like this, we'll be seeing the Ryzen 9. It's going to be the 7940HS APU. Which is an 8-core, 16-thread Zen 4 processor that can boost up to 5.2 gigahertz at a wattage range between 35 and 54 watts. The processor is equipped with the latest Radeon 780M mobile graphics card, integrated graphics based on the RDNA 3 architecture. This APU features a full configuration with 12 compute units and clocks up to 2.8 gigahertz. So like I said, you'll be able to do some like light gaming, not like new AAA titles type of things, but you should be able to do some decent gaming with it. This works amazing for people who don't have room for a full tower. And let's say you're that person, you've already got a Steam Deck, so you don't need a gaming PC. You've already got your gaming on the go, and that's all you need. So this becomes more of a workstation for you for $500. It's got everything you need, plug and play, guys. So that's another thing I like about minis forms, is that everything is already pre-built in there. Not much to go wrong. Good packaging on there. I know people who have the minis forms and other competitors and stuff. They are a really nice, clean unit and a lot of performance in a very small package. So, I mean, as long as you are not looking to do hardcore gaming, this will be nice. Would it mine? I would say yes. You could sit there and mine some Monero with it. You'll probably be making like a couple of cents a day with it for that kind of wattage. Maybe 20 cents at the most a day, at the most. And you want to get it. You want to get this with the AMD. This way you get the maximum performance. But know that this is how it's cooling, guys. Your APU is right here underneath the cooling fin stack. You got your LP RAM and you've got your your APU underneath there. What I do like about the Minis form is that you can actually upgrade your RAM on there and actually get bigger RAM. Amazing. But I mean, like, you're not getting big cooling out of this if you're going to try to mine on it. It'll get to a point where it will run like a Raspberry Pi. That's just kind of how the APUs go. Is they'll hit a certain temperature and you'll just watch them either, if you've overclocked them manually, you'll watch them either start getting unstable and crashing, or you'll just watch it just ignore your overclocks and just start throttling down. It's like, yeah, no, we can't do that anymore. So if it can handle Pong, I'm down. It could probably handle each one of your family members playing a version, playing their own instance of Pong, and maybe some asteroids in 3D. No, bro, no problem. This thing would be an animal with that, an absolute animal with all of that stuff. You'd be able to play, Grand Theft Auto 1 with this, no problem. I mean, if you're not sold with Grand Theft Auto 1 being able to play on this, I'm just saying. Rendering too. Yeah, I mean, it'll pretty much be a really good budget workstation for somebody. I wouldn't sit there and say that it's going to be powerful enough to mine with or powerful enough to game with, but for work related stuff, be amazing, guys. So, anybody here mining Kaspa at all? Anyone here mining Kaspa in any way, shape, or form? Anybody? Any takers? Is anybody here mining Kaspa? Oh, wait. Like crickets, I know. I guess that's going to be a nobody. Well, I hope nobody is mining it. Well, if you are, mine it while it's good, guys. Mine it while it's good. Why? Because Kaspa about to get annihilated. 8.3 terahash. K heavy hash algorithm for 3,188 watts. You are not going to be out mining this bad boy. What's up, Sadie? So Bitmain is coming out with the KS3. If it were to be released right now, this very second, if it was to release tomorrow, this bad boy at 12 cents per kilowatt hour would be making almost $3,000 per day in Kaspa. This is going to be like a $30,000 machine. You are going to be making almost $1 million a year if only one were to be released right now. They're not released yet. Bitmain has not released it. It looks like August is when they're going to be releasing it. So, yeah. It's about to get wild, guys. So everybody that's been mining on Kaspa is about to get annihilated. Now, the only way that this could work is if the algorithm is set up to be kind of like how Ethereum once was, where the ASICs played on these nonces and the GPUs played over here. So GPUs and ASICs were never in competition. If Bitmain has done something similar. Because remember, guys, Bitmain is who started off the ASICs on Ethereum with the E3 Antminers. And they did not compete directly to the GPUs. They played on their own nonces, and their difficulty was relative to the nonces that they were going after only. So if Bitmain has done this again, to where they're like, hey, we find that we can be efficient like this, then the GPUs that are on Kaspa will never compete with each other. And the only determining factor between the two will be the actual price of Kaspa being able to support the two different mining styles, I should say. So if they can keep them to where they're not competing directly together, then Kaspa will have a better ecosystem. If not, if these ASICs are in direct competition with the GPUs are done. Kaspa will be enveloped to being ASIC dominated only. I mean, that's kind of how Equihash was. Equihash, whenever I got into mining, Equihash was a GPU mineable coin. Anything on Equihash was GPU mineable, 100%. And then the Equihash miners came out, and within 4 days, GPU mining was dead on Equihash. That's how quickly it is with if these KS3s are in direct competition with the GPUs, and enough of them get released out over a period of time, it will muscle out the GPUs very quickly. TC's like, so we are positioned to have our Osprey E300s hold us until the KS0 comes in, and that will be perfect smooth out curve to continue to accumulate. We got a lot of our GPUs. Yeah. Ooh. Perfect transition. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're basically looking at, shutting down either the GPUs, or you're going to be, running your GPUs at a just above break even. And I'm not sure if that's even worth it at the end of the day, even at scale. Is that really worth it? You're picking up pennies. And I understand you don't want to trip over a penny to pick up a buck, but still. That's not how it typically works out, Sadie. That is usually the issue when it comes down to new capital deployment on a particular algorithm. Depending on the facility, if they pick up enough of these, they've got reasons to get a return on their investment of some fashion. Whether it's just to reaccumulate the Bitcoin that was spent and put that back into their war chest. Typically, when ASICs get deployed, if too many get put out too quickly, it usually negatively impacts price. We will keep all of our equipment regardless of cost. I defer all client research revenue to keep machines online, and it works out good so far. Nice. That's awesome. Awesome. You are in a good position. Unfortunately, my company is not so much. I am very much exposed to the whims of the market So if the market yanks out too hard, too fast, that can negatively impact me in the short term. So hopefully the KS3 doesn't just annihilate the market. Here we go. So here is the Bitmain KS3 miner. So K heavy air cooler. I'm not sure if this thing has front and back cooler, so it is a giant wind tunnel inside of the machine. What's nice about that is that a lot of times it helps keep the overall noise down. Now, it doesn't help if you've got 100 of these. It's going to be humming pretty loud. It doesn't matter. Dang, was hoping to get 10K Kaspa before ASIC ship. Maybe I should stop at 7. Yeah, it's hard to say. So we're going to be looking at August. So you got until August to accumulate. If you're wanting to take advantage of that. And wait and see how they're going to be doing it. But you can see what their payment methods are: USD, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tether. Those are and this is going to be between a $15,000 to $35,000 machine, guys. This is not going to be a cheap bad boy. What's going on, John Germain? This is not going to be something that we want to see taking over a new coin. Well, not really a new coin, but I would be curious to see why Bitmain thought it was worth setting up a K-heavy hash miner. I mean, if there's a big enough of a demand of anything, you're going to make it. And if there's a big enough of demand for this to be made, right? People got to remember, there are times where a miner gets listed on Bitmain and it's seconds and it's gone. Because from the website side, there might be a few hundred for sale on the website. Because everything else was already pre-purchased months ahead of time. That also helped fund Bitmain for putting these ASICs together. So, with that being said, we're going to be looking at big farms that are going to be grabbing these things. And I'm curious to know if it's Kaspa that we're really looking at that they're going after, or is there a new K heavy hash coin that's going to be coming out? Hard to say. I mean, Kaspa is not something that I think is sustainable long term. I don't think, because of its emissions on there, their emissions is going to deplete, and they're going to, if they don't have adoption behind them before the newly minted coins come out, there won't be enough transaction fees to keep the miners going, which means a lot of miners shed off very quickly. FA, yeah, that's right, Fudweiser. That's right, Gallo. FA, guys. So we are looking at if this thing happens to be, like I said, directly mining against GPUs, all the GPUs on Kaspa are going to be pushed off the network. All of them. And the only ones that'll stay on there are ones that are, diehard fans that for GPU mining. And I mean, unless Kaspa decides, you know what, we're going to fork away from ASIC. I don't see them doing that. I see them welcoming in ASICs because with ASICs comes better security. And the best thing that you want for your network, for the user base, is to be the most secure network on the ecosystem. Like Bitcoin, most secure. Why is Bitcoin the most secure? Because it has ASICs on there. Period. You don't get it any other way. Obliterated that like button. Thank you, my dude. Thank you. Smash that lizardy like button, fellas. Y'all rock. Yeah, I mean, you guys are good up until August. I'm not sure exactly when in August that they'll start shipping these out, but it will be sometime in August, guys. So the hash rate will be 8.3 terahash plus or minus 10%. In my experience with Bitmain, whenever you look at their power usage and it says plus or minus 10%, just add the 10% onto there. So, you're going to be over 3,200 watts. So you best to have enough ventilation for whatever area. If you guys grab one of these, I can buy from Bitmain directly. I do have a KYC account. Why? Because I've been buying ASICs from Bitmain since 2018, guys. I'll be totally transparent on that. Let's see here. Operating temperature. We can get down as low as 0 degrees Celsius on temperature. Storage, if you are going to be just storing this without using it, you can store it to negative 20 below 0 up to 70 degrees. After 70 degrees, you start messing with 70 degrees Celsius. So minus 20 degrees Celsius up to 70 degrees Celsius. So melting, just below a fire and just below the north, you can store this at the North Pole, basically. Operational humidity, relative humidity should be between 10%, no lower than 10%, up to no higher than 90%. After 90%, if you got 100% humidity, like if it's raining out, you can't help that. But knowing that you're pulling in air that's at 100% humidity saturation, that could potentially, if there's any exposed solder or anything like that, you can start oxidizing your solder joints, and you might see degradation over time. So just kind of keep that in mind. GPUs are really the same way, guys. Just saying. Yep. Kaspa will meet Cadena's fates. That is true. Absolutely true. That's the problem with ASICs. When ASICs get deployed, the price will drop. I've never seen the price go the other way. ASIC drops, price drops. People are trying to recover the Bitcoin they spent on the equipment. And they've got new bills of electricity coming on board, and they've got to get the revenue coming in. Until they get the revenue coming in, and they're sitting back on their war chest. And if we get a market that's dropping on top of this, you're going to see pain, even more pain, because when they sell a Kaspa, it's going to hurt, because it's going to be yanking down the market overall. This is not financial advice, but I'd be out of if I was in Kaspa, I'd be out by the time these bad boys launch. Don't give these people more than 24 hours. They will start dropping that price. Just saying. And get into this one. White House advisory renews push for a 30% digital mining energy tax. So the Biden administration has renewed its push towards a 30% digital asset mining energy tax on cryptocurrency miners. part of efforts to minimize the industry's alleged impact on climate change. If me using this light bulb affects climate change, your electric car does. And it's like they're trying to blame the consumer for what the energy producer's doing. That one just blows my mind every time I think about it. It's like, let me get an emissions tester right by my light bulb, and let me put one over by my mining rig here, and we'll see how much my emissions are. And then let me go over by one of these electric facilities that are nearby, and I bet you that between everything running in my house, that I'm producing less emissions than the energy producer that's feeding me my electricity. Don't be sitting like this is them sitting there making a direct attack against an industry. This is government overreach. This is basically the government deciding that they're going to be picking and choosing winners and losers based upon what they approve of as energy usage. They do that. That means capitalism has officially died in America. And you're going to have to go into areas that are going to be looking at protecting you from this garbage here. Oh, you are all good, Gallo. This is going to be the issue with our communist government here. This is what communism absolutely looks like. Because they're trying to basically state that because of the amount of electricity being utilized, that the amount of electricity being used is a direct correlation to your carbon credit utilization. Instead of going after the power producers and telling them that they need to be cleaner energy, and still produce more power. No, they're now going to be attacking the low-hanging fruit on it because they think that less than 1% of global power usage, less than 1%, is the problem with global warming. Which global warming is a scam in itself, but that's a different conversation. Yeah, yes, it starts with crypto, ends in green, zero light, on. Yeah. It's going to be wild to sit there and see what the government's really going to try to do. I'm trying to not make any big decisions with the facility right now, because if something like this goes through, I'll tell you where I'm going to do, right? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go off-grid, probably to Montana. Montana governor signs pro-cryptocurrency mining bill into law. Yep, you hear that. Montana is cryptocurrency mining friendly. Yo. So the Greg Giafonte, the governor of Montana, has signed into law a bill largely preventing local government in the state from passing laws prohibiting cryptocurrency mining. According to records with the Montana legislature, SB 178 law on May 2nd, the bill has passed both the state and the House Senate. The legislation has effectively enshrined cryptocurrency mining rights in the state by revising existing tax laws, prohibiting discriminatory electric rates for mining firms, and not allowing taxation for crypto use as a method of payment. Guys. In other words, what they're stating right there is if you sit there and you mine and you use that Bitcoin to pay your bills, you're not going to get double taxed on it, because that's what they're basically stating that has been going on this whole time. You get taxed when you sell it, and you get taxed when you buy it. But if you're sitting there and you are running a business, you get taxed when you mine it, you get taxed when you sell it. Double tax. So basically, they're going to tax you for your revenue, which, fine, whatever, but at least they're not going to tax you when you have to convert that said Bitcoin in order to pay facility bills. Bro? For sure, TC. Hit me up in Discord if you ever wanna. If you ever wanna, hit me up in the Discords. So this is just another state that's gonna be pro crypto. Wyoming is another one that looks at Bitcoin as an asset. Assets are property, and Wyoming does not have property taxes. Sadie coming in. Them tells facts. 100%. I try not to talk about things that I don't know. And if I don't know something, I'll say it. I'll be like, man, I don't know. I have no idea how to think about this. I don't have all the information. But this is what I found. I've done it a few times. I don't know everything. But, you know, being in my 40s, I know a thing or two about a thing or two. So, if I can't keep my facility going in Oklahoma, I'm gonna go off grid, and I might go to Montana, go live in the freaking mountains, go plant some heirloom seeds, mine a little cryptocurrency off of solar. It's like, if you guys haven't caught other videos of mine, I have chickens, I have a garden, all that stuff. BitPay just notified you that the bank yanked support for a crypto credit card, and it dies June 15th. Ouch. Moving to Montana soon. Mining peppers? Maybe. I've grown some peppers. I got cucumbers and peas and potatoes and tomatoes, radishes, carrots, onions. Onions are doing really good right now. I'll tell you that right now. I'll tell you what, I got spinach going. I'll be dropping some videos on there. Don't worry. Gonna be a dental floss tycoon. Too funny, John Jermaine. So does anybody got any other comments or question? Frank Zappa song. Frank Zappa for the win. Does anybody got any other comments or questions before I head up out of here? If not, drop some FAs in the Chizity chat, guys, because you guys are rated F for freaking awesome. Yeah. You guys truly are. You're all awesome, guys. Every last one of you. It's like Frank Zappa equals genius. Hells yeah. Google moving to Montana soon. Will I see you at 9:45 New York time on my show? What, tomorrow? I could. I certainly could. Let me let me do this. Let's see here. Oh. Is that underneath the same name you're using here? Here we go. Is this... So, this is you then? Yes, sir. All right. We are subscribed, homie. Subscribed. Bam. Let's see here. Yeah, I could be there. I can hop on watch the show or whatever tomorrow. You said that'll be like 8 something in the morning for me if you're, because I'm 1 hour behind you, or no, it'll be like 10 something. It'll be almost 11 o'clock. Yeah, that I could be up on there. Be on there tomorrow. Always lurking. What up, Gandhi? Network Bits comes on a lot as well. Nice, nice. Ugh. It's like, no, I'm not mining that. No, not at all. What up, Benjamin? Smoking Joe? It's like, what's up, all you FA beautiful people? That's right, Gandhi. That is right. Definitely, everybody, smash that Lizzie like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. It's super cheap to run. Nice. Need to turn my HNT miner into crank. Repurpose all helium. Yeah, 100%. Like, I took apart mine and I repurposed my the Raspberry Pi that was in there already. Which my rigs are tired of me turning them off all the time. Price is down. Turn them off. Turn them off. Price rocketed. Back into mine. What are you doing, you lazy bums? Why are you off? Right? Well, does anybody have any other comments or questions before I head up out of here, fellas? Not bad, Integra guy. Not bad. That's baller, I have to say. Gundy, when 4090, get out of here with that. When the 4090 becomes like under $1,000, maybe. Or if we go into another mega bull run. We go into a mega bull run, bro, we're game on. Game on, right? Yep, crank with 2 Ks. Like, bull run, coming! 100%. Well, if you guys don't have any other comments or questions, certainly drop those FAs in the Chizity chat, everybody. Sea of FAs. There are 10 amazing people in the Chizity chat, guys. I want to see a sea of FAs from you amazing people before I get up out of here. Because to you, all of you FA people, you are rated F for freaking awesome, yo. And with that being said, thank you everybody for being here. Smash the Lizardy like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you are new here, please think about joining the Discord. Link is down below. It is free to join, guys. It is an amazing community. Card people, gamers, miners, network people, all that good stuff. Or if you'd like to have your rigs hosted at the facility when we finally get all the power in, certainly join the Patreon. Links down below. Get into the pseudo hasher tier. It's where all the cool kids are going these days from what I hear. And with that being said, thank y'all for being here. Peace out. Stay savage. And may your watts be low and your hash be high. I'll see you on the next one.